Hello and welcome. This is Jan Rognerud and wanted to do this quick video for you today. This is answering a question that comes up more and more, actually, more and more frequent regarding Google and toxic links, meaning links that are, low to no to risky value, if I can put it that way, to your pages. Which pages, of course, is the entire website, makes up the entire website. Because of changes in the Google algorithm, which is Hummingbird, and the updates over the course of the years now, which of course we see, very frequent updates, whether they're rather small or not. It does count into what Google wants to do, which is to serve quality content, primarily ads, of course, but we deal here in the SEO space, so we want to create an optimal experience for users as well, and that means you. So one of the questions is, what's the best way to do SEO in 2017, 2018, next couple of years? Without getting into specifics, it's going to really just be three things that you need to focus on, and you've heard a couple of these before. Content and links, we can have a discussion about what comes first, but the links definitely drive the web, so you can infer what you'd like on that statement. But of course, content and keywords creates interaction, engagement, and communication. So that is at the human level. And then, of course, introduced was rank brain, kind of AI, human or machine intelligence, rather, machine readable machine readable context that was developed. So those three count into the algorithm, if you will, or rather the top ranking factors for Google. Now, one of the things in this sort of question that came up is not only what do I need to do for SEO and building out content and links and as I said, engaging content that allows Google to look at behaviors more than just hey, we have a static link here and a keyword on a page. It's much more dynamic than that. Well, it still becomes this ultimate question of what do I focus on first? And this particular question came in, which was regarding, hey, I've done my title tags right. I've done sort of the on-page factors right. I don't know what else I should be doing. I've added rich content. I could keep adding more content. I could change and add to my architecture and navigational structures. I can send links within the body context, so not side banners or footers, but actually valuable context-driven anchor text within my site to the most important pages to me based on not only traffic but helpful information that leads to a conversion. I've done all of that, but nothing seems to pull. Nothing seems to be really pushing the needle forward. What else should I be doing? And quite often, especially with newer people who work on SEO and webmastering, if you will, haven't considered external links and the power of those, and more importantly, this idea of toxic links. And toxic links, there's going to be, any site will have some level of toxicity because it's the nature of the web. However, if you accrue too many, too fast, and non-natural, and you have a history of this, plus you may have received a manual penalty and not even known about it, meaning actually an email within your Google Search Console, well, that's bad news. But the truth of the matter is, you need to look at everything on your pages as well as externally, meaning off pages, right? That's what we call on-page and off-page work. So when you do this, one of the things you need to look at is, are you incredibly high in terms of toxic links? We need to talk about how to clean that up, essentially. And so that's what I wanted to do here today. And so I'm going to take a look at a competitive space inside addiction, drug abuse. WebMD is listed here, as you can see at the top. So basically what I did is, in trying to answer this, is my domain hurt? Well, if you look at your domain and you start looking at your backlinks, essentially your incoming referrer links from referring domains, well, it's not necessarily easy to spot that right off the bat, although experienced SEOs can probably or would likely be able to go in and export data from Majestic and Ahrefs and even within the Google Search Console and into Excel and start just manually kind of perusing that and find, wow, there appears to be a lot of low, kind of semi-risky and perhaps even super risky links. And if that profile is heavy in terms of the load of those, well, you could be in a risky state. You would be hampered by all your great on-page work because you don't have the quality through the external link profile. So anyway, just really quick here, as I mentioned, with that sort of top-level informational rant of sorts. Here we're looking at one of the websites that we're helping with here, and kind of looking at the space, because frankly, if you just look at your backlinks for your site, there's going to be a level of toxic links, as I said, or negative links. Well, that doesn't matter if it's sort of not out of balance, but it matters in context of your competitors. And so here you actually have the ability to look at domain-wide link detox risks. And the way you do that is by inputting the various websites in your space. And this system, which is LRT, Link Research Tools, allows you to go in and say, great, got the space here, at least the ones I want to look at right now. Where do I sit compared to the total average, right? So if the total average is 100 and you're at 500, I'm sort of extrapolating from this, well, you could be considered a very high outlier and in the high risk category, simply because across all the others, they are perhaps, average or below average. In fact, WebMD is below average, Addiction Center is average, drug abuse is high, which I could probably think why that is. It's just the nature of that space. But this gives you a good picture right away to answer this question. Am I at risk for being penalized somehow or not getting the traction that I want for pushing my web work and SEO work specifically forward? Well, then do a market comparison, right? Because each market is different. We're talking about regions, we're talking about locally, nationally, globally. We talk about different keywords, different niches like markets, right? Like we're talking about this market here. So all of these then play into this idea that you need to dissect each market, each competitor that you have in that market, and see where do you stand versus them, right? So this is almost double or coming up on double, although there's that's a little shy of double, but you get my drift. The idea is it seems that you have some high level of toxicity here. Now, it goes beyond just a snapshot of a graph. You have to look at the trust signals, the authority signals. You have to look at, of course, if they are truly toxic. And by toxic, there's many levels within that sort of toxic discussion, which we'll cover in another video. But at least it gives you an idea that, okay, perhaps I am pushing the boundaries, and whether that is willfully, meaning you had some really black hat and funky link building going on maybe several years ago that's now catching up with you, or if it's somebody in the space that's trying to sort of push this negative kind of idea towards you, although that's changed a little bit in the discussion, especially since Hummingbird and RankBrain and all these new updates came out. But the idea is this: if you belong to a negative slash bad neighborhood and you have more of those than you have positives, you're going to have to work harder on trying to push the needle forward or upward in Google, in search engines in general. And in truth, if you have traffic that's coming in from these external domains and they're not converting, and you're spending more time trying to get things to be pushed forward and upward in search engines, is that helpful? Of course it's not, right? So you want to be able to always and daily check and monitor your link alerts or your links, and go in and actually check, do I have a highly modified profile that's changing drastically? We talk about link velocity. Link velocity is the idea that we have links that are being acquired or sucked into your domain, for lack of a better description, in a much faster unnatural way than has previously been the case. Um, Now, there's variables that go into that as well, which I won't discuss here right now because it's intended to be a quick video. But really, this is to answer this question: am I at risk for, toxic links in Google? Do I need to have them removed? And what do I need to push the needle forward? So, just to summarize, then, on this whole discussion of Google and toxic links as we come to a close, is that you need to check it. There is no escaping it. You need to be answering this question: am I working hard on content and on-page factors and seeing no traction? Well, it could be because you have toxic links and that there's a need to detect that, which again I've said you must do. But you cannot just assume that that's the case alone. You have to clearly go and build links, and building links and outreach and link reclamation and broken link building. There's many strategies here, which I'm going to give to you in another video. Some of our insider circle members get access to this, but again, this is not a pitch for that. I just want to let you know that many of these questions that come up are so focused on page factors and making sure the title and the meta tags are done right, forgetting about the external links and, more importantly, the existing profiles that exist for you externally. So I hope this helps you. Hope you now take action on start thinking about this, and please send any questions over to me. I'd be happy to answer those as well. So this is Jan at janrognerud.com, signing off, and have a great day, evening, or night.